So
We have 2 fish and 1 dog.
2 fish and 1 dog. All right. So, I've never made treats for fish before, but we're going to make dog treats today. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fun. Do you have a big dog or a little dog?
Little dog.
The little dog. So you make little tiny treats for him, little dog.
The cockapoo.
He's a cockapoo.
Yeah,
what?
he's a cockapoo.
He's a cockapoo. Oh, cute. I bet he's cute. He must be really cute. Or she.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we have Leah and Remy coming in as well. Welcome.
no.
So Leah and Remy were with me to make pet toys on Tuesday, which was really fun. We made some funny things. Actually, the toy that I made for Smudge, our cat, he loves. I made it out of, I made a fishing pole toy with that curling ribbon on the bottom. And hi, Leah. And the cat loved it. Like, he just goes crazy for it. So, and it's held up really well. I'm really proud of myself. It's like, it worked out. There's our cat Smudge.
Where's the dog? Where's the animal check?
And Smudge loves these dog treats. So that's why I'm making the dog treats, because he loves them. So I don't have to make him cat treats for some reason. All right, it's 5:03. I guess we can get started. I don't want to have everybody waiting around for a long time. So Leah, are you cooking along with us? Or are you going to watch? You are. Okay, awesome. I was going to say some people might just be watching and then they're going to do it later, which is also fine. How about Sarah, Annie, and Libby? Are you guys cooking along with? Are you going to cook with us?
We already made it.
No, when we got the recipe, we went ahead and made them.
Yeah.
Cool.
We already made it.
That's awesome. Did you make little tiny ones?
We'll show you.
Okay, show me your
This
treat.
side.
Oh, those are really cute. Oh, they're little
Yeah.
dog bones? Or they're little dogs?
And there's also bunnies. We got little dogs. And there's also bunnies. Yeah, there are also little bunnies.
Oh my God, those are amazing. Those are so cute. Wow, nice job. That's so cool. I'm so glad you already made them, so you can tell me if I do something wrong. You can be like, wait a minute. You can give me some tips and pointers. Awesome, so I think we're gonna get started. I'm gonna actually change my camera angle. Feel free to just jump in. I'm not really gonna be monitoring the chat for this because I'm gonna have the camera at the computer at a funny angle, so I might not see the chat. So just unmute yourself and just talk if you want to, okay? Or if you have any questions or anything like that. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm just gonna change, this is camera 2. And all right, some stuff that we have here. What do we have? We have a bowl. This is my favorite bowl. This is actually the bowl that they use on the Great British Baking Show, which is where I got the title for this workshop. This is Mason Cash bowls. They sell them at King Arthur. I was so excited. I was like, oh, those are the bowls that they use in the Great British Bake Off. So I had to buy one. It's very old. I've had it for quite a long time. So that's our big bowl. And we're gonna need a rolling pin because we're gonna roll these out. We're going to need a 1 cup measure and a 1/2 cup measure cup. And I like to keep my eggs in my measuring cup so they don't roll away. That's my trick for having them not roll away. And we have some measuring spoons. We're actually only gonna need, wait a minute. No, we are gonna need this one and the teaspoon one. And I have a wooden spoon, which is my favorite thing to mix everything up with. And I have 2 spoons for scooping out, one big one for my flour and a little one for my honey. Because I like to use a clean spoon when I dip into a container of something so that I don't contaminate it. And I have a spatula, which is handy for scraping the bowl. And I have one of this kind of spatula for getting them out of the oven, right, off the baking tray. So I have one of these. And I have a little cookie cutter. Mine is a little flower shape. I got a whole set of all different shapes that are really kind of fun. There's like squares and triangles, and I have these little flower ones, really fun. And I have some parchment paper, which is really good for putting on your tray so things don't stick. And this is totally optional. You don't really need this because they don't really stick and they're not messy. So you don't really need this. But parchment paper is really good because you can put it in the oven, and you can't put wax paper in the oven because the wax melts. So if you're going to put anything in the oven, you want to make sure it's parchment paper, not waxed paper. And I have my baking sheet here that I'm going to bake them on. And I have, and some ingredients. So I actually don't have any peanut butter, weirdly enough. I used up all my peanut butter, and I realized that about an hour ago, but I did have pumpkin. So I'm going to try these with pumpkin instead of peanut butter. So we'll see how that goes. But that's one of the
we use
options.
almond butter.
Oh, nice. You use almond butter.
We use almond butter.
Nice. That's a great,
And we didn't have any eggs. We didn't have any eggs, so we used applesauce. We used applesauce instead of eggs because we didn't have it.
Nice. Good idea. I like that ingenuity, right? It's like using what you have. Yeah, people who can't eat eggs or who are vegan, I've heard that you can use applesauce as like an egg substitute. So nice job. Thanks for sharing that. Does your dog like your treats? Did you try them out on him?
No, not yet. Our dog is at home.
Oh, okay. You'll have to see if he likes them.
They're young.
Yeah.
They're goodies.
Did you try them yourself? Did you try them yourself?
Yes. Yeah.
Were they good?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are. They're all, you can
Yeah.
eat them. Yeah, you can eat them. They're all good ingredients, right? They're all like food. They're all edible ingredients. So there's nothing weird. That's what's great about these treats is they're great for your dog or your cat because there's no weird ingredients. Like you can eat them yourself. It's totally fine. So we also have baking. This is one of the ingredients in the dog treats, baking powder. Does anyone know why we put baking powder in our dog cookies? Oh, Maeve does. What is this stuff and why do we bake with it? I think Leah has an idea. Do you have an idea?
Powder.
Baking powder. So baking powder has 2 or 3 ingredients in it, depending. It has baking soda, which is a base, right? Baking soda is a base. And it also has cream of tartar, which is an acid. And sometimes it has cornstarch in it. And cornstarch just keeps it from clumping, just keeps it powdery. But what happens when you add this to your cookies or your whatever you're baking for people too, and then you add liquid, what happens is the acid and the base mixes together. Does anyone know what happens when you mix an acid and a base?
It rises.
What's that?
It rises.
Yeah, it rises.
It makes bubbles.
Rises.
Yeah, exactly. It makes gas, and gas are bubbles, right? It makes those bubbles. And then what happens when it's mixed in and it cooks is it puffs it up a little bit, causes it to rise. So this is one way to get your baked goods to rise if you're not using yeast. So yeast is another way, because when yeast metabolizes, it makes gas, and that also makes bubbles. So like in bread. So this is another way to make things rise. So it does give the cookies a little bit of a puffy texture to them, which is kind of nice. And it keeps them from being super, super hard. So they're more like a cookie than like a cracker, right? They're kind of more flexible than that. And then I have some flour, which is very nice. I have King Arthur whole wheat flour. This is just more nutritious than white flour. So we use it in our pet treats. And for people too, it's just healthier, more nutrients, more fiber. And we also have some honey in our, wow, this is really sticky. We have some honey in our recipe as well. So we're gonna be putting that in to make it a little bit sweet. And honey and peanut butter is a nice combination. I don't know about honey and pumpkin. I guess we're gonna find out. All right, so let's get mixing, shall we? Does anybody have any questions at this point? I'll do camera 1 here for a minute just to check in. And I have one participant, Kate and Tristan, they are making the cat treat recipe that I sent out. So they are doing, Tristan, it looks like is putting the salmon in right now. into the food processor. So he's making a different recipe than us. So you guys have to pitch in and tell me how it's going. So they have cats. They have 2 cats. So yeah, so they're going to be making the cat treat one. So what ingredient? Well, what does the recipe say? It says flour, right? We're going to start with the flour. So I'm going to put this back down so y'all can see what's going on here. I'm going to pull out my flour. It's okay if we spill some flour here because we're going to be rolling them out, the cookies out here. So we're going to need to put flour down here anyway. So in this case, oops, my egg is now rolling away. Okay, here we go. So to measure flour, what you're supposed to do is you're not supposed to just dip the cup into the bag. You're supposed to spoon it out like this. Otherwise it ends up too packed down. So that's a little hint. I'm just gonna kind of scrape it, and then you kind of scrape it off, right, with the straight at like a knife or the edge of. I use the edge of my spoon. I just sort of scrape it. Whoop. Yeah, did lose a little bit. That's all right. All right, that's one. I do have my computer up on a bunch of cookbooks too, so that if I spill anything, I'm not spilling it on my computer, which I think is good practice. 2. Then we get our half cup here. Oops. Should count how many times I say oops. That can be a measure of how crazy a cooking show this is. I have to tell you all, here we go, 2.5. I've never done a live cooking show before, so this is kind of terrifying and fun. All right, so we do have a nice amount of flour on our, get all ready for when we roll this out, right?
Yeah, Auntie Rachel.
What's that?
It's a meat smoothie.
Oh, gross. I'm looking at, oh yes, that is very attractive. That's a salmon smoothie. Yum. Thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna have nightmares now. Oh, it's all right, it's good. All right, so now we have to put our egg in. And I'm lucky enough to have a neighbor right up the road that brings me eggs. I mean, I pay him rent, so I guess, I don't know. I get free eggs as part of my rent, which is kind of nice. So, but they've got a whole bunch of chickens up there. Oh yeah, go for it. Maeve's gonna crack the egg. Just crack it right into there. Oh, ew. Oh, look at Smudge, it's right over there. Smudge is like watching us crack the egg.
Oh, don't jump on the stove. Don't jump on the stove.
Okay, you want to stir that up? While you stir that up, I'm going to add the teaspoon. This is a teaspoon of baking powder. Did you hear Tristan say it's like a meat smoothie? Did you hear that? That's funny. All right, you ready? I'm going to sprinkle this in. Make sure it gets distributed. It's only a teaspoon. I'm really low on baking powder. I have to get some more. All right, and while you do that, make some room here. I'm gonna put in my pumpkin. I need to open the can. Oof. We might have to make a pumpkin smoothie because we're not going to use all this pumpkin. Good. Pumpkin smoothie. All right, I'm going to use this one. And if you are making peanut butter ones, a trick to keep the peanut butter from sticking in your measuring cup is to put some water in your measuring cup first and then dump out the water. And it just puts some water in your, like it just kind of coats your measuring cup with water. And then when you put the peanut butter in, it slides right out. You don't need a spatula, like you don't need to like laboriously pull your peanut butter out because oil and water don't really mix, right? You've probably heard that, like oil and water don't mix, or if you've ever tried to mix them together, they kind of don't want to go together. And that's why that trick works, because the peanut butter sort of resists the water. So it's a nice little trick. So we're gonna put some pumpkin in. Oh, it looks like it's about maybe a little more than half a can. 1 cup. Oops. Oh, see, there's another oops.
Can I smudge that pumpkin?
Sure. Want to give him a spoon?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna see if the cat likes pumpkin. It's a little experiment. I'll just use my wooden spoon to get the pumpkin out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this cat eats anything. This cat eats spinach. Like you just throw raw spinach, like I'm making this, and wasabi. Yeah, he eats wasabi. So I just throw like baby spinach on the floor when I'm making a salad, and he just eats it. He just eats the spinach right down. It's very strange. I think it's very strange. All right, I got my towel. Got my towel around right over my shoulder, so I can just kind of do this when my hands get gooey. What else goes in here? Let's see, egg, honey. Oh, water, cup of water. Okay.
The spoon is now clean from smudge.
No, put it in the sink. Gross. I mean, I guess we're making cat treats, so it's fine. It's a little unsanitary to put something a cat has licked on your food prep area, though.
It's going in the stove anyway.
Do you want to stir this?
Mhm.
So I should mention too that you should maybe just if cats have never had peanut butter, or your dog, it's always good to just give them a little bit at first, because if they're allergic, you don't want them to get really ill. Most dogs are not allergic to peanut butter. I don't know about cats. Smudge loves peanut butter, turns out. He loves these treats. But it's always a good idea to sort of, pay attention to allergies. If you feed your dog something new and he gets sick or she gets sick, realize that might be what happened. But these treats are generally like okay for most animals to eat. So, all right, I'm gonna do honey. It's the sticky part. The fun part, the sticky part. We need 2 tablespoons. A tablespoon's this big one. And I like to use a nice clean spoon. And like, wow. How's the meat smoothie going?
Well, now it's meat pancakes.
Meat pancakes. I guess that sounds a little better. Any meat as a liquid sounds a little bit wrong. Meat is not supposed to be liquid.
Pancake is a solid then.
Pancake is a solid. A meat pancake, I just think of a sausage patty.
Ew.
Which isn't as bad. All right. I'm just gonna, wow. Honey is super sticky, turns out. Also really, really good. All right, you got all the honey mixed in. Oops, I dumped this. I didn't mean to dump the spoon in there. I've got my nice clean spatula here. I just,
I think
it's looking a little bit too wet.
Oh,
Ask me, don't you think?
Is that bad?
We have to roll it out.
Oh, I've never seen it before. I don't know.
Do you want to lick the honey spoon? It's gonna get stuck to your hair on the way in. All right. Just gonna try to put that lid back on. I'm gonna move it over here because I don't want it to fall on the ground. All righty. Cool. Oops. Said oops again. Let's make it at least 5 times. Okay. I'm gonna move these guys out of the way. Doing a little mid-cooking cleanup here, just to make some room.
Tastes good.
Tastes good?
It tastes like pumpkin. Which I guess is
The
good.
verdict is it tastes like pumpkin. That's good. All right. I think we're actually going to be done before 6 here. This is going like much speedier than I thought. This, I think, I don't know if you guys can see this texture here. This to me looks too wet to roll out like as a cookie. You know when you roll out sugar cookies? This is like looks too wet to me. So I'm going to add some more flour. So like I'm not going to measure it. And if I guess it gets too dry, you could add a little bit of water. It has water in it. But you want it more like a cookie dough texture, like stiff dough.
We need to add a little bit of extra flour too.
You did? Aha.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because it was, yeah. Also, it can depend a lot on the air, the moisture in the air, how much flour you need to add. Like if it's a wet, like today's a really wet day, it's raining, right? I think it's still raining. So if it's raining, your dough is actually going to be wetter, right? So there was something I made and it made a huge difference as to whether what the temperature was. Can't remember what that was, but. And I think if it got too stiff, if anything, it would just be a little crispier. I don't think it would be the end of the world, but you want it to be easy to roll out. All right. Oops. So any of you watch the Great British Baking Show? Any fans out there? Yes, me too. I love that show.
We'll see if you can get a Paul Hollywood handshake by the end of this.
Okay, Maeve's gonna dole out a Paul Hollywood handshake if I do a good job.
And maybe I'm gonna handshake even better.
Okay, are you gonna eat one of the cooked ones? It's
I
still
think-
really wet. Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
Maybe Smudge will be the taste tester, not me.
Okay, we'll let the cat try them out.
I just put 3/4 of the water and it worked really well.
Oh, who said that? Leah?
Yeah.
Oh, you just put less water in? That was a very smart idea. That was a very smart idea.
Could make a ton of these because we do so much now.
It does make a ton. I can tell you that it makes a ton because they're very small. I mean, it depends on how thick you roll it out, right? And yes, definitely use less water. It's just soaking it all. You know what? Because I did pumpkin too. I meant to actually add more. I meant to add less because the pumpkin is wetter than peanut butter, right? You can just tell by the texture of it. It's so much like more watery. So I think that is actually the problem I'm having here.
That's fine.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I said we'd be done early and it's just like taking me forever to get all this flour incorporated in here. This is where you need like the sped up version, right? This is the problem with a live show.
Time lapse.
You need time lapse. All right, I think we're getting there.
Tastes like flour now.
Apparently it does not taste like pumpkin anymore. It tastes like flour. All right, I'm gonna dump this out here. And I like to roll out my cookies and my pies and everything right on my counter. I don't have one of those fancy mats or anything. So I'm just gonna here just to make everything incorporated. It's still pretty wet. I'm gonna throw some more flour underneath because I think it's gonna stick. All right, do you want to do the rolling, Maeve?
Sure. Should I do it with the rolling pin or my hands?
I would do it with the rolling pin.
Okay.
It's a little wet on some sides. There. It looks nice.
Oh yeah, it's wet right there. The total, yes. It's a flowering.
Okay, so these are supposed to, does anybody remember how, I think these are supposed to be half an inch? Half an inch?
Okay, I'm gonna put
thick?
the bowl
Just
somewhere
half.
else.
I'll take the bowl for you. I'll be your assistant.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is easy to roll. Surprisingly easy. Oh. It's too wet. It's like breaking because it's too wet right there.
Just don't roll it so hard.
I'm not trying to.
When he does that, I'm gonna pull out some parchment.
I'll put this up a little bit so you can see better. Oh, there we go.
That was loud. Sorry. I like to put it in my pan and then sort of like run my finger. I mean, it's really flat.
So
Fingernail.
Rachel, these actually look like cat treats. Like
You do?
you can't really tell, but the consistency is really soft, and
Oh.
I mean, still have to bake them, but they
Yeah.
look good. I'm impressed.
They do look good. They don't look, see, I thought they would look, the cat, when I read the recipe, I thought it would be like shreddy, like the dough would, but you guys really processed that.
Yeah, it came together nicely.
Yeah, nice. Good, good.
Yeah.
You might want to go the other way, Maeve, with the rolling, because it's getting it's getting very long this way. You want to roll this way a little bit. Too.
I'll put that back this in later.
Oh, and I should mention too, anyone who drops off treats at the Howe, either cat or dog treats at the Howe, we're gonna have a box out for about 2 weeks. And anyone who drops off a bag of treats that they've made with their name on it and their email is gonna be entered into a drawing, and we're gonna give we're gonna get a gift certificate to a local business. And you can win that. So if you make treats and drop them off at the Howe, we're going to bring them to the Humane Society in Lebanon, Enfield, wherever the Upper Valley Humane Society. I will figure out where it is. No. But we're going to bring treats out there for the animals out there. So, and also toys. So if you made a dog toy in our last workshop, you can drop it off at the Howe, and we're going to bring it to the Humane Society. Yeah, and you could possibly win a prize.
Wait, are you recording this
Okay.
right now?
Oh, I'm supposed to be recording
You
it.
could have posted on YouTube if you recorded it, and then other people could do it.
That's true. Oh, you know what? I have a coworker who's gonna be very mad at me because I didn't record it. Okay, I think you need to stop now, child. It's getting really thin except for over here
Wait,
where
but I
it's
need to
getting.
put this-
All right, so this is the part that I like, which is cutting them out. But Maeve's gonna do it, so which is fine.
You can both do it. You can have another cookie
Okay,
cutter.
that's all right.
If it still feels too thick right here.
I think it's okay. I mean, you can roll it out a little more if you want.
I
Get out another cookie cutter. They're buried though.
Yeah, I think that's better.
I'll show off my collection of tiny cookie cutters. This will be fun. I have this little thing. I think I might have gotten this at King Arthur actually. It comes in like, you guys have these too?
We have animal.
Oh, but they come in a round tin. Nice. Yeah, I think I have another one that's all stars. Yeah, it's all different size stars. That's cool. And these have ovals and hexagons and hearts. Ooh, hearts could be fun. Like triangles, stars, squares. I like these little flowers. There's circles. They're fun for decorating like the edge of a pie too, like cutting out little pie dough. And there is a sharp end and a dull end. So you want to cut with the sharp end.
It's not working. It's too wet underneath and it's not like, wait, yours is working. Don't trade sides.
Ta-da! I have little
Wait,
cookies.
can we trade sides? This side isn't working.
Is it too thin?
Maybe I'm just cursed.
Maybe you're cursed.
It's not working over here either. I'm cursed. Settled, I'm cursed.
And you can arrange them on the tray pretty close together because they don't spread that much. So you can crowd them. I don't know about the cat treats, but the dog treats, you can crowd them right together and it's fine. These are a little very varied.
Now we have meat Cheerios when they're cooked.
You have neat Cheerios?
Yeah, now we have
Oh,
meat
meat Cheerios. Are you making like little like rings?
have a bunch of little
Wait, you're-
sort of like
Yeah, we just cut them
Bits.
into little triangles and squares and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
We want them really small. I want them small because I think
It's cinnamon toast
cats.
crunch.
so you're just cutting them like with the knife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That sounds quicker.
That sounds quicker. You could just like cut. Yeah, just cut like big lines and then yeah.
It's getting wet on the bottom.
Okay. And we're gonna do the
Well,
best.
that one-
Wow, that one.
okay. This one is uneven. I have all of them. It needs like flour underneath it. There's not
Yeah,
enough
some are a
flour.
little. These are a little damp.
Yeah, smudge.
He's like
See him right there.
totally.
My finger can't point, but whatever. There. Oh, buddy.
Look at this. Go over and look at this.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
There's a cat like basically on the oven.
buddy, don't get much.
Yeah, it's a very bad idea. It's a very bad idea for you to be up here.
At least it's not on.
It's not on. Hey, yeah, mama. No.
Buddy.
The thing is, his Tupperware with his food on it is right there, so he can stand up on the.
Got on the oven. But don't worry, it wasn't on.
Wasn't on, that's good.
He is he's super into food. This cat. It's a problem. All right, I lost my spatula. Oh, so what I just did, I'm gonna try this. I cut out a whole bunch, and I thought it'd be fun to try to like scoop them out.
That's smart.
I don't know.
They actually look like cat trees.
They totally look like cat treat. You seem so surprised. You're like, oh my gosh, these look actually good. They do. They look great. And if you get the dough the right consistency, it's really easy to cut them out. These, I think, are a little bit too wet.
Where there's flour underneath it, it's fine.
We can re-roll it.
I might have to.
Hmm?
I might have to. Smudge, not again, buddy.
Yeah, so our cat is less than a year old, so he's, I don't know, hyper. Oops. Ooh. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna re-roll this over here.
Do you want some more flour underneath there or just like consolidate? Do you want flour?
Yeah.
Flour.
All right, so as you can tell, this part takes kind of a long time. So we won't keep you guys here to watch us cut out cat treats for, half an hour. But
Can I do the big reveal?
oh yes, the big reveal, isn't it happening now?
Big reveal.
So because of the magic of Zoom or the magic of television, I don't know, we have some in the oven.
Smudge. Move.
What the hell, Mom?
Wait, is it warm? That's not okay.
It even tricked my daughter. She's like, wait, is this gonna be hot?
Buddy. He jumped up on it. Are these peanut butter?
These are
They smell like peanut butter.
all done out of the oven. So these were a batch I made last week, and they are peanut butter because I had peanut butter last week. This is why I don't have peanut butter now. It's because I used up all my peanut butter with this recipe. But I used my little flower shaped cookie cutter and I put them in the fridge, and they were really actually kind of crispy on the outside and sort of a little bit soft in the middle, like a gingerbread cookie, but not a ginger snap, I guess, gingerbread cookie. And they got softer when they were in the fridge for a week. But you can keep these in the fridge, or you can put them in the freezer for a while too, and they'll keep for a long time. So you do want to keep them in the fridge or the freezer if you want to keep them for more than a few days. Do you want to pick up Smudge and give them one?
Yeah, can I put, oh wait, is the computer charging or can I just put it on the ground?
Thank you for doing this with us.
Oh yeah, well thank you for joining. That was really fun. I'm really curious how those come out and what your cats think of them.
Yeah,
You
we
guys
don't think they're gonna like them because they're picky. But
Yeah, Bad Kitty's really picky. He's like, no.
Well, you never know. He might be like gourmet, fresh ingredients. He might be really excited about them. Maybe.
Okay, ready?
I don't know.
I'm gonna give Smudge a treat.
Okay, so we're gonna try it with the cat on the ground here. Yeah.
figure if a cat won't eat them, some dog will somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, buddy, there you go.
So
Yeah, I think he likes it.
he likes it. Yeah. He's going crazy.
Okay,
He has to
buddy,
like pull it
buddy.
apart.
He also hasn't had dinner.
What's that? You like probably hear him chewing. He's like
Kind of loud, buddy.
I think our dog's gonna really like them.
You think your dog's really gonna like them? I think your dog's really gonna like them too. Yeah. I mean, they've got really good ingredients and they're really healthy, right? And there's
Ben really likes peanut butter. But we didn't put peanut butter in it. We put some almond butter.
Yep.
But then he's probably still going to like it.
I bet. I bet.
Plus, I think that anything that has apple in it. He likes any apple too. He likes apples. Yes. So he likes apples.
He likes apples.
If we put an apple slice on the floor. If we're like chopping onions, he thinks we're chopping apples and he goes over and sits at where we're chopping because he thinks
Really?
he's gonna get some.
Like that sounds like an apple. Doesn't really smell like an
He
apple.
loves
But it
apples.
could be an
He
apple.
loves apples.
That's so funny. It's so funny. It's like the cat with the spinach. It's like they eat things that you're like, you have to make sure it's okay for them to eat them, right? Because some things are bad for dogs and cats, but yeah, they're quirky. I guess they're like people, right? They kind of.
Apparently, apples are good for their teeth.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, probably cleans them, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like squishy and liquidy. Probably cleans their teeth.
Oh, hey.
Awesome. Oh, hey, we're getting some better luck over here with our cutting out. Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining me for the cooking show, the first live cooking show that the Howe maybe has ever done. And as our finished product, it actually makes a whole bunch. I made a big Tupperware, like one of those big, like big square Tupperwares full of these dog treats. So I'm going to bring some to the Humane Society. And now I have 2 batches to make, right? So I'll have a whole bunch to bring to the Humane Society and we'll see what the animals there think of them. And I hope your pets like your treats as well. So thank you all so much for participating. And I should mention too, we're doing pop-up library at the Howe now. So on Saturdays from 10 to 4, if you're a kid or a teen and you have a library card for the Howe, you can come and get books outside in the children's garden, which is really exciting. The building's still closed, but you can come and actually look at books and browse and talk to librarians. And it's really cool that we can do that. And if the weather's good, if it's raining, we won't do it. But if the weather's good, and you might see me there, I'm there in a couple doing some activities and demoing kits and stuff like that. So maybe I will see you sometime at the library. Awesome.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everybody. Bye.